self-tapes or safe tapes. A quick warning. Hi, it's Charlotte Thornton, the Career Mentor for Actors. How are you doing? I just thought I'd talk a little bit about self-tapes, and I know that some auditions are happening back in the room, but still a lot of things are happening by self-tape. And I just wanted to flag that whilst that is great in terms of flexibility around the day job, the geographical location, it also means we can have another couple of goes. We do obviously miss out on the opportunity of being in the room live. And this is a really important thing to be able to do, i.e. produce our character and remember our lines, take direction in the moment live. Otherwise, the self-tape is going to get us a job, but on stage, on set, we are not going to be able to maybe come up with the goods because we've lost that skill of being under the adrenaline, under the pressure, short-term stress, actually quite good for you, of those face-to-face auditions. Now, personally, I prefer a face-to-face audition. I think there's an energy in the room that's very different to coming across on camera. And obviously, it gives us that chance to build the relationship piece, which isn't so easy with self-tapes. And some auditions are going back to face-to-face, but I just thought I would just mention that there are other things that aren't auditions, but are still an opportunity for you to see. So anytime you perform in front of an industry professional, either one that's hired you, the director on set, or one that just happens to be there, someone in the audience of a show, a guest on set, whilst they're not auditions, they still have the possibility of you impressing somebody, of getting a future job or a future audition. And so it's still really important that we can do what we need to do under that pressure, which is different. So the self-tape, we're at home, there's other complications. We've got to do hair, we've got to do lightning. That's really impressive, but you can probably do lightning. But you've got to do hair, you've got to do lighting, you've got to do makeup, wardrobe, etc. You've got to have other people or imagine other people. You know, there's loads of complications about self-tapes, and that has forced you to learn a whole lot of other skills. I just want to make sure that as actors, we're not losing one of the core foundations, which is the ability to perform under pressure, to the ability to perform whenever, wherever, in the moment, with things going wrong, with redirections coming at us, with maybe impressive peers on set, or like I say, impressive people in the audience. Even a casting director's workshop, whilst it's not an audition because there isn't a specific job, of course we want to impress the casting director and have them go away thinking, oh, next time I've got a role for so-and-so, I'm going to bring them in. So those opportunities, whilst they might not be auditions, they still require the audition mindset. So just be really wary that whilst you get the benefit of doing self-tapes, that there are some downsides. And so where possible, you also want to make sure that you are still able to perform under the pressure of other people being there. Whether that's going to class, whether that's doing improv, anything that steps you out of your comfort zone, gets you used to handling a certain amount of stress. Really, really important. For those of you in the UK, I do a class called the Audition Mindset. I've got one coming up. Details will be below. So if anyone wants to come, it's called Audition Mindset, but it's basically about peak state. So being able to perform under pressure, bring your best wherever, whether that's an audition, casting director's workshop, or something used on stage and on set, because we're kind of auditioning all the time as an actor. So yeah. So it's great to be able to do self-tapes. It's not always that great, depending on your viewpoint. Just be wary you don't lose the skill of being able to audition in person. But when that happens, or when it happens in those other forms, such as someone being on set, in the audience, that's future employee, or a casting director workshop. Cool. If you want to join me at my workshop and you're in London, then details below. If not, I'll see you at the next Mindset Mini.